Long ago in a faraway kingdom, a gentle queen sat by her ebony window sewing as snow fell softly outside. She pricked her finger, and 3 drops of red blood fell upon the snow. She gazed at the colors and whispered, "I wish for a child with lips as red as blood, skin as white as snow, and hair as black as ebony." Soon the queen gave birth to a little girl with hair black as ebony, skin white as snow, and lips red as blood. They named her Snow White. But the kind queen fell ill and passed away, leaving the king and little Snow White alone. The king soon married again, but his new wife was vain and proud. She possessed a magical mirror and asked it every day, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all?" And always the mirror replied, "You, my queen, are the fairest in the land." She was pleased, for now. One day the mirror said something new. "You are fair, my queen, it is true. But Snow White is 1,000 times more beautiful than you." The queen's heart filled with envy and rage. She could not bear that another was more beautiful than she. The jealous queen ordered her huntsman to take Snow White deep into the forest and leave her there. The huntsman felt great pity for the kind girl and could not bring himself to harm her. "Run, dear child," he said with tears in his eyes, "and never come back to the castle." Snow White wandered through the dark forest until she spotted a tiny, cheerful cottage. She knocked, but no one answered, so she stepped inside. Everything was wonderfully small. 7 little plates, 7 little cups, and 7 little beds all in a row. Exhausted, she lay across the small beds and fell fast asleep. When the 7 dwarfs returned home from their mine, they found the sleeping girl and were amazed. They let her sleep peacefully through the night. In the morning, Snow White woke up, and they became fast friends. She agreed to cook and keep house for them while they worked each day. But the wicked queen learned from her mirror that Snow White still lived. She disguised herself as an old peddler woman and traveled to the cottage. "Try this beautiful apple, my dear," she crooned sweetly. Snow White, not knowing the danger, took 1 bite of the poisoned apple and fell to the ground as if dead. The dwarfs found Snow White and wept bitterly, believing she was gone forever. Because she looked so peaceful and beautiful, they could not bury her in the dark earth. Instead, they placed her in a glass coffin on a sunlit hillside and kept watch over her day and night. One day, a young prince rode through the forest and came upon the glass coffin. He was so moved by Snow White's beauty and gentle face that he asked the dwarfs if he might take her to his castle. As his servants lifted the coffin, they stumbled, and the piece of poisoned apple dislodged from Snow White's lips. Snow White opened her eyes and saw the prince smiling beside her. "Where am I?" she asked softly. The dwarfs cheered and laughed with pure joy. Snow White had come back to life, and her heart was filled with happiness as she smiled at the kind prince. Snow White and the prince were married in a grand and joyful celebration. The 7 dwarfs were honored guests and danced until the stars came out. The wicked queen's cruelty was forgotten, and Snow White lived happily and kindly for the rest of her days.